That's our objective, Axel Ridge. We take it, we take Japan.
Oh, Andrew's like amazing actor. He's a young actor. In fact, you don't quite know what age he is. He could be 22 or he could be 32. We don't know, but he's in that gray area. So he's kind of an everyman kind of guy, and he's not your typical heroic kind of cat. Although I think inside himself, he is. He's a guy with convictions and beliefs, and he's very strong principled, personally. So he's able to understand those things and portray them very well. Also, just wonderful actor. He's got a great gift, and I think that this film is character-centric, so it really focuses on this one guy. So you have to have someone who can carry that ball, and someone with his extraordinary acting gifts. But he really is the heart of the film, and so you need a quarterback in there.
I'm sorry, Sarge. I can't touch a gun. There wasn't any hesitation when I read the script. It was a compelling script and a compelling person to go on a journey with, and this very ordinary hero that has no intention of being a hero.
You don't kill.
No, sir.
Quite a bit of killing does occur in war.
Andrew's work is amazing in everything he's done. I'm a huge fan, and to work with him on a movie, it's for me, it's a real learning experience, like every movie is. But Andrew's been amazing to watch and see how he prepares, and his professionalism, and the way he monitors his energy and kind of conserves it and knows when to release it and when not to over the long shooting days and the long shoot. It's pretty special. What Andrew can say without speaking is it's quite beautiful. And there's been many days at work where they've kind of called wrap, and I just walk up to him, shake his hand, and say thank you very much. That was just a pleasure to watch for a day.
I'm gonna be saving it. We had a bunch of weeks doing the war stuff out in Bringelly, and it was brutal, to be honest. Everyone in the crew felt it. It was just brutal.
And physically, there's a lot of hard days when you're running around a battlefield with a heavy pack on and heavy gun and tripping over and stuff like that. But the preparation was really rewarding, actually. I think we learned a lot about ourselves and everyone else, and also more about the man. So it was probably the most rewarding film I've done in that sense.
The great thing about what Mel is doing with the stunt coordinator Mick and his team is that it is all practical. All of the stunts and the majority of the effects, I'd say 90% of the effects are all going to be practical.
Let's do it!
Ready?
Yeah, let's go! We got company!
Come on!
Well, yeah, this was tricky. I'd never actually done the guns and explosions kind of thing before, so I was like, how do I do it? What do I want to see? The battles were kind of there in the script, but specifically not. What shape did they have? Who's who and what's what and who's doing what and how does it happen? Was something that you had to visualize. And I used, war footage and I read materials. I watched the Desmond stuff, talked to veterans, and indeed read history books, particularly going by the guy named Pfeiffer, to give me the idea of what it must have been like out there. These explosions that these guys can get really close to. I mean, goodness, they can stand right over them, and a meter away or whatever it takes, and they might burn some nose hairs, but basically these stunt guys were just having a blast being blasted, and it just looks horrific. There's not much CGI here. Almost all of it's like in-camera, practical stuff. There's not a whole bunch of CGI. I show shots to people of dudes being blown up on fire and flying into the camera, and they go, wow, great CGI, it looks real. I said, well, it is real. And they think, well, how do you do that? The special effects team is real good.
He said he rarely enjoys making a movie, but I don't buy it. It just looks like he's having a whale of a time. So I've loved it, and of course, having someone who's such a great actor with their eyes on you just makes you feel so safe You know, it's not really an actor's medium film, you know, it's really director's medium. So that feeling of being able to give yourself entirely to your director is really important, I think, for actors who give themselves entirely. Because then you know that it's what you give, the heart and soul that you give is going to be handled with, you know, love and care, and you're going to be taken care of, and the story's going to be taken care of ultimately.
He's a tremendous actor. He's very generous with his thoughts and ideas. Creates a really fun environment on the set. We had a good time, and you just trust his taste implicitly. He's always doing interesting things and experimenting. So it was a lot of fun to get a chance to work with someone at that level.
You know, courage in you to go out on a limb sometimes and really kind of try something that you haven't tried. It gives you a lot of encouragement and a lot of confidence that maybe you didn't have. And it's amazing the kind of confidence that he can instill in you in that way, and the trust that you have in him, in his ability to tell a story and to guide it in the right direction. It's a luxury as an actor to be able to trust someone like that.
I'm gonna get you home. When I read the script, I was just in pieces. I was just sobbing my eyes out. I think it's got everything. I really do. I think it's got something for everybody, and I think it's, you know, Mel tells a story for everyone. He's not exclusive in how he tells a story. It's incredibly visceral. It's incredibly emotional. He deals with themes that are universal, and it's undeniable, the emotional impact of Desmond's life and what he did and how he started and where he ended. And ultimately, I think people could leave the theatre feeling like they could be more fully themselves in their lives, and the better version of themselves in their lives, whatever that means.
It's not really a war film, it's kind of like a love story. I mean, greater love hath no man than he laid down his life for his brothers, and Desmond did that again and again. It was ad nauseum almost. In fact, he did it so much that you couldn't even portray it on film because you'd start to think, is this real? Yeah.
Please, Lord, help me get one more. Help me get one more.